Wigs out of here.
The dash a digi, the schedule busy. My head in a hoodie, my shorty a goodie. My cousins are crazy, my cousins like boogie. Life is amazing, it is what it should be.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today, and as you can tell by the title, in today's video I'm bringing you guys another hair review on this hair right here. I'm also showing you guys, it's not just a review, I'm going to be showing you guys how I installed this hair, doing the same exact method that I did in my last video, but I showed it a little bit better I think in this video. And also I did sew down this wig. So basically I'm going to be showing you guys how to sew down your wig, pluck the hairline, and install your wig without like gluing it all the way down. But I did use the Got2b glue gel on my baby hairs, and again just on like the little tabs on the ears. So if you guys are interested in that, then just keep on watching. I think I forgot to do an Instagram shout out in my last video. Today's Instagram shout out goes to Charlie Velasco. He's always showing me so much love, so thank you so much for following me. Thank you so much for liking my photos and commenting and being active. If you guys want Instagram shout out, then just be sure to follow me on Instagram and be active, and yeah, I'll have it linked down below. But yeah, go check him out. I will have his Instagram also linked down below if you guys want to check him out. I'll leave a timestamp on the screen as well as below if you guys want to skip to like just the install. But I'm going to start off by just showing you like where this wig's from, giving you the specs, and showing you like the unboxing, I guess. And then I'll like do my final thoughts at the end of the video, and I'll show you the install. So yeah, if you're interested in just how I install the wig, then you can skip to that right here. So this wig is from Ava Wigs. It looks like this, the box that it came in. And yeah, their wigs come in this black box with like a purplish kind of pinkish foil. On the back it has their website and like their little logo, like what it says. When you open the box, the wig is inside and it has your address, your information, as well as all of the specs on the hair, which is really, really nice. I did go ahead and rip off my address and information, so that's why I like the packaging looks ripped right there. But when you order it, it'll have your actual like information and everything like that. So I'll put it on the screen, but I am just going to run through the information on the specs of this hair. So this hair is in the color natural black. It's 100% virgin human hair. The length is 24 inches. The density is 130%. I got light brown lace color, and this is in the Cap Construction 3A. And it also came with the pre-plucked hairline. Comes in like a little plastic bag, which is nice. They also included some wig caps, which is super, super nice, and I really appreciate when companies do that. They also included their user manual, which inside shows you the different like wig caps and the construction. It also shows you like how to install and care for your wig, which is really nice. And then they also have like the return and exchange policy and the slip in case you have any issues. They also included an elastic band, which is so nice because that's also how I installed my wig. And they also included some bobby pins. So when you take the wig out of the plastic, it is wrapped in a hairnet, and there's also some white like tissue paper inside to help keep its shape, which is standard, but it's also really nice that they do that. And as you guys can see, this is a full lace wig, which is amazing. I love full lace wigs because I don't know, especially with hairstyles like this too, like wavy hair where you kind of just want to like flip your hair around. You do not have to worry about like having tracks or wefts showing or anything like that. It is full lace, although the lace in the front does look better than like how the lace in the back is. If you are familiar with full lace wigs, they usually use like a softer lace around the perimeter where you would actually part into the lace, but then in the back they use just like a regular kind of lace where you still can see the knots on the hair, but you're not seeing any tracks or anything like that, which is really, really nice. So prior to installing the wig, I did go ahead and bleach the knots, but I did slightly over bleach them, so then I had to go back in and dye the roots black. And I did have an issue with this a little bit because it did leave a little bit of staining in some areas of the lace, but that's basically where I'm starting off prior to installing this wig. And I also did go ahead and sew on the elastic band. So when I went ahead and put on the wig, I just looked at the hairline, and I actually did, even though the wig is pre-plucked, I kind of like changed how the hairline was because I wanted it to match my hairline a little bit more. So I cut the lace off to try to like match my hairline. Usually when I pluck my wigs and the hairline, I actually do it on my wig cap. But I ended up realizing when I put the wig on that I needed to pluck the hairline a little bit more, and I found that it was just easier to do it on my head. So I left the wig on my head and I just went all throughout the hairline and I was plucking it. I was not really plucking it, I was just pulling it out, which I prefer to do anyway because I feel like I end up being even more rough with tweezers and like ripping the lace. So I just take little bit of like little sections and I just hold down the lace next to where I'm pulling out the hair, and then I just pull it out. So I did this all over and I just took my time. I kept going back to areas, moving around the hairline and just seeing what looked best and would actually match my hairline. And I actually find that this worked out really well because it was literally laying right on my head so I can see what looked the best and what looked the most natural. And while I was doing this, I realized that on one side I felt like the lace came too forward, like it was just too much. So I ended up actually just like pulling out the hairline and pushing it back a little bit. And I went in and I even took my scissors and like cut the lace back in areas where I felt I needed to do. But as you guys saw in the beginning, this wig did come pre-plucked, so it does look really natural off the bat. But because I did cut the lace back and I tried to mimic like my widow's peak and things like that, I kind of cut away some of the parts where it like was pre-plucked and the hairline ended up looking a little thick, so I had to go back in, and that's why I ended up actually having to pluck more. I feel like I still could have plucked more even in the end, but I didn't go too crazy because I didn't really feel the need to. So yeah, I just kept plucking and pulling out the hair. I also took some mousse and I just put it on the hairline because this helps to like help the hair to lay flatter. So I just took some and I would kind of like use a little toothbrush and I just use this to kind of like lay down the hair. Again, this is just for me to see where I needed to pluck more and just to help it start to like lay down the hairline and the edges and everything like that. So once I felt that it was plucked enough, I went ahead and pulled the hair back, like half up, half down. I also took the toothbrush, and underneath this wig, I have my hair back in cornrows, but I do have some of my baby hairs out. So I started to kind of brush out my actual natural baby hairs. And I placed the wig like directly behind them, so it's like directly on my hairline, which again, I think it helps to make it look a lot more natural because the wig is sitting where like my actual hairline would sit and not like too much forward. I also feel like oftentimes when you do baby hairs on wigs, like because the hair is like thicker, the baby hairs look so dark and so thick. So I only like took out a few strands of the actual wig hair in areas where my natural baby hairs already were, and I kind of just cut it and added them with my natural baby hair. And I did use the Got2b glue gel to lay down all my baby hairs. And on each side, like where the ears are, where those little kind of tabs and flaps are, I also added some Got2b glue, and while I was doing the rest of my baby hairs, I kind of let that dry. So I just put a little bit on each side. Again, I mean, this isn't really a glueless method because I am using the Got2b glue gel. But again, it is a gel, it's not a glue, it just holds really well, and it comes off right with water. So it's not really the same as installing it with an actual glue. When I actually want to glue it on my wigs, I usually use Ghost Bond glue, and I do the whole method of the stocking cap. So I feel like this is much easier and much quicker. And also it's easier to uninstall if you only wanted to wear your wig for like a short amount of time, or you just wanted to quickly install it. So yeah, I went ahead and I finished my baby hairs, and then I pressed down the sides where the little tabs are, and I kind of pushed back the hair behind my ear to how I actually would want it to look, and I just held it for a little bit, and then I went ahead and I put a scarf or a bandana around my edges, and I just tied this and I left it for about 15 minutes. In the meantime, I like started doing my makeup, but yeah, when I took off the scarf, everything was laying really nicely and I was pretty pleased with it. I did go ahead and take some face powder. I ended up going ahead and taking a lighter powder later because again, I over bleached my knots a little bit, so the lace is kind of orange and a little bit too dark, but I am going ahead and just adding some face powder to the lace, to the part, and everything like that, just to help it again look a little more natural and I guess more like my scalp and my skin complexion. And this next step is optional, but I did want to actually install this wig, and just for more security, I decided to go ahead and just sew it from ear to ear. So I'm going about 1.5 to 2 inches behind the hairline, and I'm just parting the hair and leaving out that section and then pulling the rest of the hair back. And this is basically, we're just going to sew from one side to the other along this part. And I like to do this because it's not right at the hairline, so it kind of hides the thread that you're using, but it also still is secure and holds everything in place. So I just start on one side. I'm using a curved needle, and I am going ahead and knotting like the first stitch, I guess. And then from there on out, I am sewing it basically how you would sew wefson. Sometimes I'm kind of like creating a knot by looping it through the existing thread. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about. And sometimes I'm just kind of sewing it through, whatever feels secure and whatever you feel is best for your installation. But yeah, I just am sewing it from ear to ear. If you wanted to, you also could sew it down in the back, but I didn't really feel the need to for this particular style. And once that's complete, I took the hair down and that's basically it. Again, I did go ahead and add a little bit of a lighter powder in the part and on the lace, but that's basically all I did. This hair is so beautiful. This is it in its natural state because after I went ahead and bleached the knots, I just washed it with like conditioner and I let it air dry. And this is how it basically looks. It's a little bit more, I feel like, not really frizzy, just a little bit more kind of puffy because I was going ahead and like tweezing the hairline and pulling out the hair and doing a lot with it. I feel like if I were to wet it, it would define these waves in the front a little bit more, but I really like how this looks. Like I kind of like this look, so I don't really mind it at all. I love this, like I just love this texture and how the hair looks. Also, let me show you guys the length. my belly button is right here, like where my pants are, and the hair basically comes down to like my belly button. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what it looks like in the back. I don't know if you guys can see. So that's basically how I installed this wig. I am going to go ahead and give you guys like my thoughts on the hair, my initial review, I guess, and thoughts on the hair. And I am going to show you, I guess, a little bit more of the wig. There is parting from ear to ear. Obviously, it's a full lace wig, but there is a good amount of parting all throughout, as you guys can see. So you can part the wig anywhere, which is really nice. Again, I did over bleach my knots, so the lace is like a little bit darker, so it's not as prominent. I feel like if I were to part it somewhere else, I'd definitely have to add powder in there, but it's so beautiful that you can have parting all over. And I also just like that you can like flip it, this hair. I don't know, I think it looks so cute. I love this texture. It's super like effortless and really beautiful. Like I love how it's like a slight wave. I don't know, I'm just obsessed. I really, really like this hair. Again, I just installed the wig, so I can't really give you like my complete review on it because obviously I just installed it, so the hair is behaving well. But I did wash the hair, and like I mentioned, well, I co-washed the hair. I have been obviously manipulating the hair enough to like have some opinion on it. This hair is really soft, and also the texture is beautiful, and it comes right back with literally just water. Like the curls and the waves come right back just from wetting it, which is really, really nice. And again, the hair is really soft. There is no tangling, but I kind of don't want to run my fingers through it because it's like wavy and I don't want to like mess up the wave pattern. I am getting a little bit of shedding, but again, I just plucked the hairline and I have been obviously cutting the lace and everything like that, so I can't really comment on that too much. This video is probably not going to go up for like a week or so, so I'll leave in the description box down below like my updated thoughts on everything. I'll list like my pros and cons, so if any of my opinions change, check the description box because I will definitely let you guys know down there. But yeah, this is basically how I installed this wig. I'm really loving it. I have no complaints. My only thing is I over bleached the knots, so that's like kind of like my own issue. It's not really something to do with the wig itself. I'm really pleased with it. Eva Wig always has really, really high quality hair. Like anytime I've ever gotten hair from them, it's always really good and lasts me such a long time. I feel like they are, I guess, pricier than some like really, really affordable wig companies, but I feel like they're really worth it, and you can tell the difference. Like my wigs that I've gotten from them, I've worn for months on months end, and they still look good and I still could wear them. So yeah, do keep that in mind. If you're someone looking for like a good quality wig that's gonna last you and you want to get a lot of use out of it and be able to like reinstall it and everything, I definitely would check them out. And they have so many styles, so many different options, and even like custom wigs and stock wigs, things like that. So yeah, definitely check them out. It's not sponsored, they did just send me over this hair, but I'm just letting you guys know because I have worked with them in the past, and I've gotten hair from them in the past for at least like over a year now. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know that as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below of this hair. I really, really like it. Like I love this texture. I think it looks so beautiful. Again, it's just so like effortless. I don't know, I really like it. And I feel like it's gonna be low maintenance. Like I don't have to straighten it, I don't have to curl it. It kind of just does its thing, and I feel like the hair gets defined as soon as you just add water to it, which is really, really nice. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Hopefully this video was helpful in some way. Let me know if you guys like this method of installing your wig, and let me know if you guys try it out, or if you have tried it out and what you guys think of it. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.